Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. May the 10th, 11 a.m. Where are we today? Well, we're back at 63,000 with Bitcoin. We're going to go through that in a little bit. We're going to go through some interesting news today. We're going to go through the options expiry, which is at the end of today in America. 2 safe bets, according to the experts. And if Tariq is out there, Tariq is going to love one of them. I'm not going to say any more than that. Call lies. What I was talking about the other day with influencers, part of our remit here is to stop you guys from becoming poor. That's our message. We don't try and make you rich. We try and stop you from becoming poor. And one of those things is to try and let you in on the secrets that calls, which are key opinion leaders, what they get up to try and convince you to buy these tokens. And we covered it yesterday in a tweet, but somebody wrote an article, very nice article about it. We're going to cover that today. We're also going to go over what Charles has had to say. I've not given you a clue. It just says Charles. Then we're going to look at top trumps. What Trump's, what theme, meme-related theme token associated with Trump has started to do. And we did tell you weeks ago that this could be one of the movers over the next 12 months. All of that in an hour. We're still sticking by our $74,000 target. We are not far away. Think about it logically. We are 10-15% away from that target. We're not miles away. We have dropped 10% from here. We can go up 10% from here. Bottom left-hand corner, we've just gone over 128,000 followers. 200,000 by the end of the year would be perfect. So if you are watching and you are not subscribed, smash the like, smash the follow, smash the subscribe button and help us out. Good morning to Only You, Mags, Solo Sky, Hidden Agendas, everybody that's in chat. I hope you're all doing well. Only You, the one thing I'll say to you is I'm going to have to spend some time sending you an email because there's an awful lot in your emails. So it's going to take me some time to sift through it and explain to you what I'm thinking. But anyway, enough of that. What we need to do first is go through the markets. After we've gone through the markets, we're going to go through some X files. And I have an X file that's not an X file. I've got a grayscale breakdown for you that I want to go through and kind of give you maybe a glimpse of the future of where the next few ETFs could be. Good morning, Peter. Welcome back. So Bitcoin is coming in at 63,000. It's up 2.7%. Have we had our head and shoulders bottom and are we starting to move up? Let's have a look. Ethereum is coming in back over $3,000. The total market cap is up. We're back up to 2.33 trillion. Volume 64 billion. Small volume, small fry. Bitcoin dominance back over 53%. ETH coming in at 15%. Remember, we are looking at 70% of the entire crypto market being in 2 assets. Bitcoin and Ethereum make up 70% of all the crypto. So when you're talking about all of these alts and whatever, just remember Bitcoin and Ethereum lead the way. So let's see what's been doing well over the last 24 hours and what's been doing badly. Akash network is up 20%. The graph 14, Toncoin 13.7. It doesn't stop, does it? Dog with Hat is back over $3. Book of Bohm, is back up to 1.1 cent. Arweave is up. So lots of double figure gainers today. Nice to see. And not many losers, as we can see here. One thing to let you all know about, I have already recorded the video today. I'm making a video about Notcoin. Not Toncoin, Notcoin. Notcoin is a game, Telegram game, that is about to launch on the 16th of May, which is a week, well, it's next Thursday. So next Thursday, there's a token. It's going to launch on all the major exchanges. I've already made a video about it. I'm going to edit it after the show and hopefully get it up by the end of the day. So keep an eye out for that. Now, we're going to switch very quickly to some X files. I do have a fair old number of things to get through today. So I'm going to try and go as quickly as possible. I am supposed to be on a meeting at 12 o'clock. I don't think I'm going to make it, so I might not. But I'm probably going to overrun. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Right then, just in. Remember what I was saying to you about? We're going to start to see these every day, and they're going to become boring. And I'm not going to cover them all. Yesterday, Rothschild Investment Trust announced that it held $36 or $3.6 million worth of Bitcoin ETF. Insurance giant MassMutual reports exposure to the Bitcoin ETFs in the 13F filings. So what you're going to see is companies in America do these filings, and they don't do them on the same day. You're going to start to see all of the major companies start to show Bitcoin ETFs on their books, on their filings, on their returns, where their treasury is held. What we're seeing now is a trickle. We're seeing a small number, the first ones to come through. At some point, it will be commonplace for nearly every major company in America to hold 1, 3, 5% of their treasury in Bitcoin. Why wouldn't you hold your treasury in an asset that appreciates in value? Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk spoke about this 2 or 3 years ago, and he has that much cash in euros that sits there in European banks. He pays 1% per year on that money. 1% of all of their money held in cash in Europe goes to the banks. So if you have $1 billion, you have $100 million, you have $10 million, you're losing 1% of that every year. Why wouldn't you keep your funds in something like gold, for example, or Bitcoin, or another asset that isn't pegged directly to the dollar? So that's something to bear in mind. We're going to see a load of them, and I'm going to stop reporting on them. It's going to become boring. Maybe there'll be a monthly roundup that we'll be able to cover, but we won't be doing all of them. Good morning, Daniel. I hope you're well. So first they ignore Bitcoin, then they laugh at Bitcoin, then they fight Bitcoin, then they offer you their Bitcoin ETF. Remember, this is the weekly, daily reminder. I'm never going to stop saying this. They want you to sell them your Bitcoin. And that might sound like some tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. There are 20 million Bitcoin, 17 million, 16 million conservatively if you take into the ones that are lost forever. 16 million Bitcoin, and you hold some of that. I hold some of it. They don't want you to hold it. They want you to own it through the ETF. So they take their fees. So they're going to do whatever they can to trick you out of your Bitcoin. Just don't. Don't listen to them. You are a better custodian of your Bitcoin than these major institutions. So, Congressman Emmer sponsors 3 bills to force the SEC to get back on track. Under Gary Gensler, the SEC has strayed from its statutory mission to protect investors, maintain fair, orderly and efficient markets, and improve capital formation. Gary Gensler and the SEC have failed. They've failed on this point to protect investors. Why? Because all of the bad actors that have gone out of business have been forced to go overseas. Look at Bermuda, look at the FTX scandal. That's probably the biggest one. Fair, orderly and efficient markets. Have the SEC been fair and orderly with anybody associated with crypto? No. They've had a bill overturned in the last 48 hours. The SEC wanted to stop companies from holding crypto assets directly. Why? Why does that protect investors? How does that maintain efficient markets? It doesn't. So all Congress people are not made the same. Some of them are left, some of them are right, some of them are business people, some of them understand the way the world works. They're not all the same. So there are some good people out there. Now, I was going to make this into an article, to be honest, but I just stuck it at the beginning. So the future of ETFs, I talk about it a lot. I'm not going to go on about it too much today, but we have a Bitcoin ETF. What next? Well, we get an Ethereum ETF. Okay, what next? Well, so far we've heard Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin mentioned. I can't see it. What I can see is very similar product offering to what we already have through Grayscale. Grayscale have got a digital large cap fund. This isn't the only one they've got. They have a lot of them. I'm using this one as an example. So in the future, when you go to buy your crypto through your investment, your pension fund or whatever you've got, you're going to see products like this. The Grayscale Digital Large Cap ETF is what it will probably be called. Now, what this does, we don't need to read all this blurb. We don't care about all this blurb. What we care about is this. Now, this is really white on my screen. I'm hoping you can see it. So, this is made up of 73% Bitcoin, 21% Ethereum, then roughly 4% Solana, 1.7% XRP, and 0.7% in AVAX. So what you will see is, I personally think you are not going to see, for this to come back on, hang on 1 second. The stream has frozen temporarily. There we go, we're back. So you would think Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, maybe a few others. That's exactly what you would get in this. So you'd have one holding, and that holding would be the Grayscale large cap. So in the future, this is what I see. That is what I see in the future. And I don't see any reason why we wouldn't have that, because this is exactly what we've got in every other industry. If I go to buy a global growth fund, it will have 20 or so of the largest companies, you know, Apple, Google, whatever. If I buy a fintech, it will be all of the tech stock. If I buy car manufacturing, it's obviously going to have Tesla and things in it. So this is why I see this as the future rather than anything else. Right, we've got some comments. Let me see what the comments are. We might get a Flux ETF. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get a Flux ETF either. Right, there's another comment on here. Amazing, the rubbish crypto markets. Nice announcements, but still it's rubbish. Flux OS Visa is out. Update includes performance. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, again, you've got to remember, a lot of things are early. A lot of the things are early. So this product, the product that you're looking at now will be different to the product offered in, I don't know, 2 years' time. 2 years' time. Right, Eric. Now, this is to do with the Ethereum ETF. I'm not going to read all of this out. It's not that important. What you need to understand is Michael Sonashine from Grayscale says that he's optimistic the SEC will approve the application for the Ethereum spot ETF. Now, no, it's not going to happen. Eric Balchunas now agrees. There is no way they are going to get an ETF at this moment in time. There is no pathway from here. So when you see these kinds of comments saying that the Grayscale CEO has said this, that, and the other, the Grayscale CEO is not the chairman of the SEC. He doesn't make any decisions. Of course he's going to be optimistic. Why would he have applied if he wasn't optimistic? They will get rejected, and they will want to know why they get rejected. So that's the way to look at it. It's not a case of first try, open the door. Peter's not very happy with Flux. You have to be mad. You have to be mad to buy that crap. Right then. So 1.35 billion in Bitcoin options expire this week. Do Bitcoin bulls or bears have the upper hand? So at the end of every week, also at the end of every month, and especially at the end of every quarter, you have Bitcoin options expiring, and they will expire at a certain price, and that gives you an indication of where the market could be going. So will the May 10th 1.35 billion Bitcoin options expiry bring volatility? The failure to maintain progress above 65,000 on May the 6th is an example of how some participants blame the weekly options expiry for the recent downtrend. From a top-down perspective, the options open interest seems substantial enough to justify the effort from the Bitcoin bears. However, a more detailed analyst, I can never say that word on stream, reveals a different scenario. Deribit holds an 84% market share, so data will primarily be extracted from that exchange. It's worth noting the call, buy, and put options are not always matched when stacked together. So here you go. This is, where's the price? Down here. It normally gives us a price. There you go. Now, we don't have to look too much depth at this, but you have calls and you have puts. People betting on the price of Bitcoin on closure. This goes from 44,000 to 92,000, and the range with the most in it is the 63, probably the 63 to 66,000 range in the middle. That's kind of where you will tend to find a close. Still, you've got optimistic people saying 70,000, but on the whole, 63,000 is roughly where we can get to. And 64,000 is where the options will surpass the puts. So 63 to 64,000 by the end of the day is what is kind of on the cards. And that's obviously a lot better than where we were, because we were looking at breaking down below 60,000 at some point. So the options expire. We need to see a price around this to get anywhere. Again, I'm not going to go into too much depth on puts and calls and options, because it's not important other than the context of understanding why Bitcoin is at a certain price on a certain day. Obviously, when we rip, that's a different matter. But at the minute, we are in a bit of a downtrend. But that's just something to know. So 63 to 64,000 looks to be on the cards for the day. I can't see us going to 61,000 from here in such a rapid movement. We're at Friday. They closed today. I just can't see it. Now, very briefly, let me show you the pattern that I said I think was playing out, and now everybody seems to be talking about it. So again, we're in this downtrend and we've broken up out of it, and we are now sitting on top of it. So we've done that, we've bounced up, and we're now back at that line. That line there, by the way, that again I've had on the screen for a while, that is 63.2. 63.2 is where we should probably be. Now, I'm going to draw it again for those of you that may have missed it this week. Inverse head and shoulders is that. Now, don't laugh that says $70,000 on it, because if you go from here, that is 70,700. So it looks to everybody now, everybody that I'm seeing, you know, whether Frankie Candles, Cryptosaurus, they're all mentioning that this is an inverse head and shoulders. And that's because you have the shoulder, the head, the shoulder. So it's an upside down, it's inverted head and shoulders. If this is the case, then we're moving back up. And remember, I put my bottom at 60,800. And I think we got down to, what's that? 60,700. I'm not far off, am I? I'm not far off. It's pretty much in line with this one over here. If you draw, or let's just drag this line up to show you. If you drag that line up there, it's almost the same. They're not going to be perfectly symmetrical, but you get the idea. So shoulder, head, shoulder, off. There we go. That's what we see for Bitcoin. So I expect some positive move over the course of the next 3-4 days. I mean, you've got to remember this period of time here that's a week. And from here, that's been 5 days. So we might have 2 more days. So it might be next Tuesday, Wednesday that we come out of this lull. Now then, I know Tariq isn't watching yet, but this is going to make Tariq's day. Let's have a look. Who is in here? Good morning, Kabir. Hope you are well. I hope you are well. The question of the day, by the way, is Bitcoin in an inverted head and shoulders? 83% say yes, 17% say no. 2 cryptos to buy on the cusp of turning $100 into $10,000 in May. Good morning, Nino. Welcome from Argentina. Nice of you to join us. I hope you're enjoying your fall in inflation. Your new president seems to be trying to turn the country around. So I'm very hopeful for you. So again, I don't necessarily have to agree with what I'm reading you out. I'm just picking out what experts are saying. Now, on the cusp of turning $100 into $10,000 would imply a 100x. I don't think the two tokens that they're talking about here are going to 100x, but let's go through it. So crypto to buy, Toncoin and Litecoin allow for portfolio diversification while keeping risk minimal. But why are we talking about a 100x then? Yeah, there is loads of inflation. It's ridiculous. Small portfolios seeking to maximize profits in 2024 consider digital assets with the potential to make 100x returns. Why is he talking about 100x returns and Toncoin and Litecoin in the title? We're going to look at the Litecoin chart, by the way, after this. We've got two more charts to look at. We're going to look at Litecoin and we're going to look at ADA again because ADA booked the trend this week. So after recording the first month of decline in April, the crypto market faces strong headwinds. Investors looking forward to 100x profits in 2024. How is Toncoin and Litecoin going to do 100x? How is that going to happen? Toncoin is already at 25 billion. Litecoin is what? 8 billion? What are the market caps of these coins? I know he's not talking about these two coins directly 100xing, but surely Toncoin's at 24 billion. Litecoin, where has Litecoin gone? There, is at 6 billion. So where is Litecoin going to go in the bull run? Would it hit 30, 35 billion maybe? Where is Toncoin going to go? Do we think Toncoin is going to do a 10x and become $230 billion? I don't think so. That might do a 3x or a 4x. It's not going to get that high, is it? Why these cryptos? Most portfolios feature Bitcoin and Ethereum. Agreed. Litecoin is one of the oldest cryptocurrencies. It's been through several bull markets and crypto winters. While remaining resilient, Toncoin, on the other hand, is a crypto to buy backed by one of the largest social media platforms, Telegram. But it's already valued at $24 billion. Need to be careful. Yeah, but I don't see Ton and Litecoin 10x in, Kabir. That's the problem. So Litecoin hovered at $81, increasing in value by a mere 1%. We know that one. Litecoin's got $6.1 billion market cap. Sitting above the Bollinger Band, mid-boundary, affirms sideways action. It hasn't been moving. The light at the end of the tunnel, if you pardon the pun, is the ETF. That seems to be a possibility for Litecoin. Litecoin is proof of work. The SEC, as it stands, seem to be okay with proof of work tokens not being securities. So Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin, top three proof of work chains. So if those three are, I think Bitcoin, is Bitcoin Cash as well, something like that? Is that not proof of work? So from that point of view, Litecoin could become an ETF, and yes, it would 10x more than likely. But if you look at the amount of effort to go through to get the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, you need a coin with a large enough market cap to warrant the effort to get the ETF. So we're going to look at the Litecoin chart in a minute anyway. The RSI has moved above the midline. The RSI must uphold the uptrend. This has been written by AI or something. So it's talking about $90 as a fundamental barrier. We'll go and check that in a minute. Morning, Fran. Toncoin has surged in the markets. It's not got a market cap. It's at 24. Hang on. But it's not got a market cap of 20.95 million. It's got a market cap of 23.6 billion. Toncoin's trading volumes increased 24%, reaching 221 million. Again, my issue is that you're buying a coin that's getting as close to its top price as possible. And that's what I don't like. We cover these articles a lot. They will pick 3 coins, 5 coins that have already gone up 1x, 2x. So they'll have picked a coin that's gone from $2 to $5 and they'll say this is a great buy, even though the coin might have overexposed itself. Dog with Hat was a perfect example. It was absolutely flying and people were saying buy this coin. Why? Don't buy that coin. That coin has already reached its maximum capacity. It's going to come down. Again, Toncoin, I honestly cannot see Toncoin being... I mean, how is it a challenge to XRP? Is it going to surpass Solana? It could, if it 3x's, is it going to go past Solana? Ask yourself that question. Where is Toncoin going? It's like a toddler that's walking off into the forest. Where is it going? What's its objective? I understand that it's a coin associated with Telegram. I understand a percentage of the revenue from Toncoin goes back into... of Telegram goes into the Toncoin pool. I get all of that. We've covered Notcoin today. Again, we're going to make a video. We're going to publish the video about that today. I get all of this. But the $23.7 billion market cap for me seems excessive because it's certainly a better project than Dogecoin. But is Toncoin better than Cardano, Avalanche, Tron, Polkadot, Chainlink? No, it's not. So I don't know whether this market cap is speculation more than worth. That's my issue. So recommending Litecoin and Toncoin. Toncoin, what's it going to do? Maximum of 5x. Litecoin, what's it going to do? Maybe a maximum of 10x. I think Kabir is close enough, but you're not going to make 100x by holding these 2 coins. But we are going to look at the Litecoin chart because it will bring a tear to Tariq's eye, because that will be 2 streams, the stream last night and the stream today, both talking about Litecoin. So let's see where we are with Litecoin. Again, the issue for me with Litecoin is it's like a hangover from Christmas past. It's like it was the number 3 coin for so long. I mean, if we go back to the weekly chart just to show you how far back this goes. I mean, Litecoin, I don't even know if we can fit the decline on the screen. I mean, we were talking about $300-400 Litecoin in 2021. If you go back, 2017 spiked up there again. Now, I'm not going to say it's not going to go back up there because it's done it twice, and it could very well go back up there. If this project is approved as an ETF, is it going to smash its all-time high? Yes, it will. Because even if 5 billion comes in, 10 billion comes in to Litecoin, it's going to rocket. And I'm not saying overnight, I'm saying over a period of maybe 2-3 years, it will go back up over time. But it has history. And I mean, it's been as low here as what? Where are we? $30-40? Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's go back to the daily and have a look at where Litecoin is. I'm going to have to scroll down a little bit because it's all the way down there. So, what did we do with Litecoin? Well, we're in a good phase, believe it or not. And the reason we're in a good phase is we had our little wick out in the summer last year. We fell below the bull market support band. We waddled around. This is the kill zone, as we call it. The price of Litecoin down there is a good price if you believe in the project to buy. And that is, or that was, about $60. The issue isn't whether there's a demand for a Litecoin ETF. The issue is whether BlackRock can see the benefit of offering it, because investors want assets that the SEC aren't going to come after. Ethereum is in all kinds of problems. So you basically go down the list of proof of work coins. Is Dogecoin ever going to have an ETF? Not in its, no, never, right? So where can you go on that list if you're going to avoid proof of stake coins? And you look at proof of work, Litecoin is logical. Look at Prometheus. Prometheus in America offers very few coins, but it offers, I believe, Litecoin, it definitely offers Bitcoin Cash. For me, what's the point of Bitcoin Cash? It's never done anything, but it's being offered and the price is pumped. So it's not a case of whether it's worth anything. It's just a vehicle for holding money. And if enough people buy it, the price will go up. I personally don't think we should have a Litecoin ETF, but I'm not in charge. So what happened here? We had the news potentially about the ETF. We ran all the way up to $110. We couldn't get anywhere near it. But this is the interesting thing. Look at where we are now. We are at its support band, and we are holding the support band. We have held the support band, which is here, which is about, let's call it $80 to $81, and we've held it. So where next for Litecoin? Well, for me, we've got good RSI. We're going to come up to about $87. Are we going to break $87? I don't know. But if we do come up, for me, the next target would be $97. So for me, Litecoin, the chart looks good. The chart looks like it can move up. We've got, I mean, I know the guy was talking about the psychological barrier of 90. And we do have that there. And there is a volume area at that price. But for me, I think $87 is the next target, which is only a 5% move. I know, but it's a 5% move. Then BlackRock is better off offering a meme ETF like Dogecoin. I just said, yeah, I said Dogecoin. I mean, the thing is with Doge, it's never going to be taken seriously. And I will say this, and I will keep saying this. I don't think we're going to get an Ethereum ETF while Vitalik is in charge. I don't think money men like Vitalik. I don't think money men like Charles Hoskinson. I think money men like men in suits with beards, slightly balding heads and glasses. That's what money men like. And Vitalik doesn't tick any of those boxes. So I think we're going to see a similar situation to what happened with a certain exchange, where the head will be removed, a money man will be put in place, and then Ethereum will be given its green light for its ETF. Logically, if it was me, what would I have as an ETF? I would have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. They'd be my only three major ETFs. And then after that, I would do what I suggested before, which is to have a basket of different ETFs, layer 1s, layer 2s, DeFi, even a meme coin ETF offered by one of the smaller companies, of course. Now then, I'm going to keep this quick because we've got two more important articles to go through. Now, I want to tell you this from my point of view. And the reason I want to tell it from my point of view is because I know firsthand what you get. And we've never done it, by the way, full disclosure. So influencer investors get perks to pitch tokens inside crypto's call economy. So key opinion leaders, people that you listen to online, are called calls. Now, I didn't know what this meant. I thought this stood for Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon, obviously one of my wife's favourite bands. I believe they performed last night actually on Amazon. But anyway, beside the point. So what they do is they offer you tokens. Let's see if it goes through it properly. So members of crypto influencers class are writing checks for countless startups and then promoting them in social media. In return, these so-called key opinion leaders get discounted valuations and options to sell sooner than early investors, sometimes right when the token launches. Call rounds are an increasingly popular way for founders to market their projects without spending anything out of pocket. Call arrangements aren't always disclosed to the investing public, several insiders have said. Does it have anything else about this before I tell you what actually happens? So key opinion leaders flood the social media feeds of global crypto users with alpha about which protocols to watch and invest in. They can be as synonymous as a cartoon penguin or as recognizable as a YouTube personality. A CoinDesk review of Cole fundraising found a budding economy of influencers who write checks for crypto startups. We don't need to read too much of this. When influencers fail to disclose such arrangements, they mislead their audience, many of whom rely on these endorsements to make financial decisions, said Ariel Givner, an attorney who runs a crypto law practice in Philly. It's a massive thing. It's circumventing not only VCs, it's also circumventing marketing, said one well-connected person who works with Coles. People are going to say they don't even need marketing. They get capital from distribution. Right, now I'm not going to read any more of this. I'm going to tell you what happens in a nutshell. On Telegram, you will be sent a message, and that message will give you the name of a project and give you the price of the token. And that will be somewhere in the region of 1 cent. And then it will have a listing price of 10 cents. So if I put $100 in, I know I will get $1,000 on day one of it going live. That's how it works. It's immoral and it's wrong, because although it's a trick to get past advertising rules and regulations and all that kind of stuff, it's immoral and it probably will be outlawed. But this goes on all the time. Every week, every 2 weeks, I get an email with 4 or 5 different projects giving me a 95% discount on that token. And all I have to do is buy this token through their website at a certain price, and then I can sell either on the day or I can sell just before it goes live. So all I have to do is make a video and say, guys, this token, this elongated coffee meme token is going to hit the moon. You need to buy it. It's going to 100x. And then the day you buy it is the day I sell it. And that is how they are all making their money. They are telling you to buy tokens in advance. So when they sell on day one, you buy and you become the exit liquidity of that influencer. And this is how it works from the inside. Now, I've never bought anything like this, but I still get the messages on Telegram. Because, why? Because I can, if I influence 20 or 30 people, and there's 1,000 of me influencing 20 or 30 people, that's 20 or 30,000 buyers of that token on day one. It's a scam. Now, I'm not saying that the exchanges are involved with this, because this is before it gets to exchanges. Nowhere near exchanges. This is when these tokens launch on the chain that they're in, whether it be Solana or BSC or whatever it might be. So when you see somebody telling you to buy a token pre-sale because it's going to 100x, it's going to 1000x, don't listen. Just think that they hold the token, because they will hold the token. Now, I'm not going to go on any more about that, because I wasn't going to mention it twice in 2 days anyway. It's just that this article popped up conveniently the day after I'd already spoken about it via the X account. So just be careful. If anybody tells you to buy a token pre-sale, don't necessarily listen to them, if that makes sense. Go and do your own research on it. There have been tokens, we cover launch pools, we cover other things like that, but we don't buy them and we're never paid for them. We just cover them. So if it's a Jupiter launch pool or anything like that, then we'll cover it. Of course we will. But that doesn't mean we've been contacted. If it's out of the blue, like I said, it's just part and parcel of people trying to con you. When will the SEC come after these DEXs that offer these tokens? Users pump and dump and rug. I don't think it will be the SEC that will come after them. I think what will happen is Zach XBT is in touch with people like the FBI and all the other people like that deal with those kind of things, and the individuals will be gone after. So the individuals that have made the money, they will get. If you think you can get away with stuff like this, then you're wrong. I think Uniswap and Jupiter and SushiSwap and PancakeSwap, I think they all have a moral responsibility to stop these types of tokens being listed. Even Bird Eye, they all have a responsibility to make sure that these things are cut out, in my opinion. One thing I am noticing, however, in defense of the ecosystems, I've reviewed the last 4 meme coins I've reviewed have all had a DEX T-score of 99 out of 99. If you go back 6 months, they all had a DEX T-score of about 50 or 60. And part of that is audits. And a lot of the tokens that I cover, I don't cover a token unless it's had an audit. And that audit doxes the team. Now, the reason I pulled up Pepe a year and a half ago is the team wasn't doxed. And if the team isn't doxed, you don't know if they're going to rug pull or not. And that's what you got to be careful of. You've got to look for red flags. And that's about as much as I'm going to go on to. Otherwise, I'm going to overrun. And I don't want to overrun today. I want to try and keep everything as tight as possible. Right, let me just very quickly check my messages for 1 second. And then we're going to get on to talk about this. So I haven't given you a heads up on this because I don't want to make it sound like I'm bashing the Democrats, which I'm not. Cardano founder Charles says Biden wants to kill crypto. Cardano founder Charles has vehemently criticized the Joe Biden administration for efforts to ruin American crypto industry as they decided to veto the anti-SAB 121 bill. So Charles, you wouldn't believe that guy is like 28, 30 years of age, would you? He looks like a 50-year-old professor. That's what crypto does to you guys. That is what crypto does to you. Okay, so he has issued a scathing remark about Joe Biden's admin approach to crypto. He noted that the administration is trying to kill the crypto industry, and it's high time that industry stakeholders stand up for their right. In a recent broadcast on X, he started off by mentioning how the tightened crackdown of crypto in the US has been affecting the entire industry. He explained the industry's role in upscaling the economy of several countries, including Switzerland. He highlighted that Ethereum's development led to the emergence of 1,290 businesses in Switzerland, with a market cap of 380 billion. He slammed the administration for such a decision. The Cardano founder added that if crypto holders vote in favor of Biden this November, it might bring doom to the industry. It won't bring doom to the industry. Again, remember, he is very American-centric. It will bring doom to the industry in the USA. And as I say all the time on this channel, there is a big old world out there outside of America. There's 350 million Americans, probably 400 million now if you take what's come across the border. But 350 million Americans, the world population is 8 billion. So America only makes up 5% of the world's population. And yes, there's a lot of money in America. I'm not saying there isn't, but there's a big old world out there. Asia, Africa, Europe, the Middle East. One thing I would love is crypto to stop being so American-centric, because it does massively affect everything that crypto does. We always hold our breath at the Fed meetings, even though the Fed meetings does have a knock-on effect on the world economy. It's just a shame that we have an America that is so anti-crypto at this moment in time. So he talks about the fact that they block bank accounts, regulations through enforcement, lack of clarity. Again, our motto here is we want adoption and regulation. You don't get adoption and regulation in America under this regime. I was explaining that yesterday just how the UK is approaching it. If America approached it in the same way that the UK did, America would be in a better place, and therefore crypto would be in a better place. Think of it this way. What would the price of Bitcoin be had we had a pro-crypto government for the last 3 years? Do you think we'd be over $100,000 for Bitcoin by now? Because I do. We would have approved the ETF maybe a year earlier, maybe 2 years earlier. We'd probably have an Ethereum ETF by now. Interest rates wouldn't be as high because the economy wouldn't have been slammed. So crypto would probably be 30, 40, 50% better off than it is now. So although we're at good prices, we'd be so much better off. And I don't want somebody to just go into the SEC and say, right, we're going to approve everything. We want it to be sensible, but we don't have that sensibility at the moment. And that lack of sensibility has caused us to be stunted. Maybe they're doing it because they see it as a threat to the American dollar. And if they're doing that, they need to go and look at BRICS, because that's more of a threat to the American dollar than crypto ever will be. He added that the American crypto industry is capable of offering hundreds and thousands of jobs. Nonetheless, the potential is harnessed by countries in the Middle East and China. The Cardano founder blamed the administration's hostile policies. He reaffirmed support for Robert Kennedy Jr. That was an interesting comment that Trump made this morning. He basically said that Kennedy was Biden's patsy. Remember, Trump is the master of words. He is attacking Kennedy because he sees Kennedy as his biggest threat, not Biden. He knows deep down that Biden probably isn't going to contest the next election. It is probably going to be Kennedy versus Trump. So Trump's taken the decision to ignore Biden and go after Kennedy with slurs. That's how it appears from the outside to be going. So responding to the broadcast, a user commented about the Trump administration, which also didn't support the crypto industry. To be fair, Charles, the administration you guys had before Biden wasn't exactly open. There were already a lot of problems regarding legislation and regulation back then. Yes. Also, that was 5 years ago. You have to remember, since then, and we're going to go on to talk about top Trumps in a minute. Since then, America, it has more education about crypto than it did 5 years ago. It was a different time. Crypto was at a different price. We were in a different cycle. And with Trump in charge, they had completely different motives and directives. Have I heard of Trump meme coin on Solana? No, I have been talking about MAGA an awful lot though. The MAGA token is the one that I've been highlighting because I think MAGA is going to be the one that's going to follow Trump. I think MAGA is going to be the one to spike, but we're going to talk about them in a second. Refuting the claim, you're completely wrong. He went on to argue that while past administrations may have had their issues, they ignored the crypto industry. He asserted the Biden administration has engaged in a coordinated effort to kill crypto. I will make one last comment about that. Who was approved or who received their license to operate within 72 hours of Biden becoming the president of America? Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. Who was the biggest donor in the last election campaign? Sam Bankman-Fried. Who had several meetings with Gary Gensler about crypto regulation? Sam Bankman-Fried. What did Sam Bankman-Fried want to do? He wanted FTX to become the sole custodian of crypto in America. And he had Biden on side, the Democrats on side, his mom, his father, his brother, the entire family were all involved. And that's, I think, how it all started. He then blew up crypto for a while and put egg on the face of the Biden administration. And that hasn't helped. So if we want to blame anybody for this situation we're in, I would take a look at the relationship between Sam Bankman-Fried and Joe Biden. And that's public information. That is not conspiracy theory. It's all out there. Go and have a look for yourself. So then, where are we with Cardano? Very quickly then, we've got 10 minutes to go through Trump. I've not heard of Trump though. I did cover, there's a few coins on Solana that I've covered. Jeff Bezos looks like a scam. There is another one over there, which is, there's a Joe Biden coin over there. I imagine there's multiple Trump coins. So where are we with Cardano? We're in a good place to accumulate. We have found support at this level here, which is 44 cents. But what we need to do is get back above this level. Remember, I think there's been a coordinated effort to push the price of certain tokens down, most notably XRP and Cardano. Is Cardano doing anything different to any other project out there right now? No, it isn't. But the press is all over Cardano. Mike, have you heard of Wilder World? No, I haven't. I will have a look. So, is this a good price to get Cardano at? I certainly think so, because they've been called a zombie chain as well as XRP. They've had people publicly come out and slate them. Why are they slating them? Are they slating them to push the price down to accumulate more? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. Jamie Dimon does nothing but berate Bitcoin. He calls it a Ponzi scheme, Emperor's New Clothes, whatever. Don't necessarily listen to the news. The news is suppressing the price of Cardano, in my opinion. It has NFTs, meme coins, and DeFi. It has a community. That community is steadfast. It has the best proof of staking system in the world. So why is the coin suppressed? Because the news is telling you it's rubbish. Sorry I come up with rubbish crypto. I'm new to this madness. Not necessarily, Peter. Not necessarily. You've got to remember, everybody's new to this. There isn't anybody. If somebody's out there telling you that they've had 12 years in crypto, and they're not dripping in gold, driving a Lambo and living in a mansion, then they're probably not telling you the truth. So everybody's new to crypto. That's the point of asking questions. There are no stupid questions on this channel. There are only stupid answers, and I'm hopefully never going to give you any of them. So you can ask as many daft questions as you want. Kabir always talks in the chat. We have different opinions, but that's the point. Fran asks questions. Only you ask questions. So just, it doesn't matter what you ask. It doesn't matter. But I think at this price, this looks good. If we go down here to where we've seen previous low RSIs, what has happened with the price? If we track from here, and I've done this before, by the way, this happened with Bitcoin, and it works all the time. We are in these downward trends. So that's what I'm expecting. Now, it's the most simplistic way of drawing this. There are more things to take into account, such as what Bitcoin does. Everything I show you for different prices has the caveat that if Bitcoin dumps, everything else dumps. So everything I show you, you have to bear that in mind. Can Cardano keep going down? Yes. If there's a Bitcoin correction today, tomorrow, next week, then we'd be looking down towards 36 cents, because that fib level will give way and will come down here. If all things being well, what we want to see is moving back towards 52 cents, then getting back towards 57, and then hopefully get back into this volume area. These volume areas on the right hand side just give you an idea of where we could look at. And again, there's one here which we would come down to that's at 37 cents. The one we're currently at, which is at 46 cents, and then the big one up here is back up towards kind of 55 to 60 cents. So they're the kind of areas you're looking at for Cardano. So just bear that in mind. Sometimes you can have good accumulation periods on coins. If Cardano was at $1 or 80 cents, you'd be kicking yourself and saying, I should have bought these coins at the price. We're at the price to buy Cardano, and we're at the price to buy XRP. We're at the price to buy Solana, for that matter. You've seen where the price can go when Bitcoin rips, and it only went to 74,000. Where are these coins going to go when Bitcoin does break out, get to 90 or 100 or 120,000? The coins will follow, and then when alt season happens, the coins will pump. So again, for Cardano, we could easily see $3 to $5. That from here is a 9x, 10x from here. I'm not predicting a $15 Cardano like the Cardano Maxis will. I'm not predicting a $3,000 Solana because they're unrealistic prices. You've got to be realistic. There's only so much money swirling around. Crypto is like playing red or black at the casino. Anything can happen. It can, except over time with crypto, you will win. And over time in a casino, you will lose. If you buy Bitcoin today and you do not sell it for the next 10 years, you will be massively in profit. If you go to the casino for the next 10 years and gamble on red or black, you will lose. The house always wins. And again, you're right with the micro caps. The micro caps are incredibly speculative, and you probably have a better chance of winning in a casino with a micro cap than with Bitcoin, for example. Do you know? I'll look at. We'll do Flux one day next week. So, former President Donald Trump related meme leads the market following new crypto promises. He shifts his stance on crypto and accepts digital asset donations for the 2024 campaign. How did all of this start? This started with the Trump NFT campaign, which was about 2 years ago that we covered on this channel when it happened. And we expected it to go to zero. It didn't. It did quite well. So former President Donald Trump continued his advances towards crypto community by hosting an event for holders of the Trump Cards NFT on May the 8th. It's Mar-a-Lago Resort in Palm Beach. During the event, he expressed his support for cryptocurrency, announcing plans to accept digital asset donations for his potential re-election campaign. Following the statement, and this is the coin I've been talking about, a Trump-inspired MAGA meme coin lacking utility surged by over 40%. I'm actually going to bring it up after we've gone through this. We're going to bring up that coin. Impressive gain positioned MAGA as the top performer on Crypto Slate's list of gainers during the reporting period. Video circulating on social media showed Trump's critique of the Biden administration. We covered that video yesterday, so we don't need to go over that. He highlighted the exodus of crypto firms from the US and where are they all going? Asia and the UK. So the longer Biden stays in charge, the more the UK benefits from this. My Maneki meme is down 50%. Can you do Trump meme coin giveaway next time? I will, yeah. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. Don't sell that coin. Do not sell that coin. They have a team of 20 people behind that coin. That is not a normal meme coin. It is down. What you got to remember is, if Solana drops 10%, meme coins drop 50%. That's just how it works. My Wen is down massively. My Maneki is down. I don't have a lot of Maneki, but my Maneki is down. What other coins have I got? Book of Meme, is coming back. The meme coins will rip when Solana rips. That's to bear in mind. So if you're going to sell your Maneki, hang on to it until there's another pump. You never sell the bottom. That's the worst time to do it. So if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, if you are in favor of crypto, you're better voting for Trump. That is a possibility. Remember, he just wants to win the election. He'll do anything to win the election. So if he knows he will get an extra 500,000 votes by being pro-crypto, he'll be pro-crypto. And remember, he's up against Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy is pro-crypto. So Biden, what I was saying before about Biden is, Trump is the master of words. Trump is looking at what Kennedy wants to offer, and he's trying to negate it. If Trump goes up against Kennedy in a one-to-one special, and Kennedy gets him on the point of crypto, and Trump isn't pro-crypto, Trump's going to have a very uncomfortable argument. So it's not just Trump accepting crypto, he's doing it because it's one of Kennedy's strong arms. Kennedy was saying if he gets into power, they're going to buy Bitcoin and they're going to do all kinds of things with Bitcoin. So Trump's looking at the threat of his opposition. So don't think it's about crypto. It's about looking at what are Kennedy's best policies. can I copy them now, or can I be on side with them now if I also think they're a good idea? And that negates anything that Kennedy can say against him. So it's a very clever strategy that Trump has got. Going into a battle against somebody, agreeing with some of their strongest points, is going to stop that person arguing the toss about the project. Have I heard about Cheers? No, I haven't. Mike, is it wise to spend $500 on Bonk, or will I go bonkers? I wouldn't put $500 into any meme coin unless I had $1 million. The problem is with just randomly chasing things, Bonk's going to do very well over the next 2 or 3 years because it has real world adoption, namely Revolut. So Bonk is going to do well. Bonk could very well become the 2nd or 3rd largest meme coin in the world. It's not a meme coin anymore. It's a fully built out ecosystem. Today is the first day of the Solana Summit, and on stage talking about the future of DeFi, you've got people like Jupiter on stage. You've also got Bonk on stage talking about BonkBot, the Bonk exchange. So it's unfair to classify Bonk as a meme coin. I don't think it's overvalued, but I don't think it's massively undervalued. I think it's got a market cap of $1 billion or so. That's a lot of money, remember. We've got to compare these things to traditional businesses. It's a lot of money. Now, MAGA, full disclosure, I do not hold this token. I do not hold this token. I'm showing you because in this bull run now that we're going to see, let's get that off the chart. This is the daily. Okay. This hasn't been listed on here very long. Well, anyway, so let's zoom in a little bit so we can see some action. There we go. So MAGA, I've been talking about this coin since it was about $5. It's now at $5.76. I think this coin is going to rip. It's actually in a really good range. So if you take that range from say there, and you take that range from say there, it's in a range between 430 and 660. So we're in this nice little range, aren't we? I think it's waiting for a breakout. I think it's going to go up. I don't hold any, like I said. It is listed on exchanges. If you put $500 into about 20 coins to make money, yeah, again, I wouldn't pick 20 coins and put $500 in. I'd break them down by risk and market cap. And I would put a chunk into Bitcoin, a chunk into Ethereum, and they would be bigger chunks than I would put into Bonk and meme coins. I wouldn't just put $500 into 20 tokens. That's not how I would do it. I would do it in the way where you're making a portfolio. It's not financial advice, of course, you can do what you want, but I would put it in a way where you are putting the majority of your funds into the safer assets. And then from that, you would be able to put, so for example, put 30% into Bitcoin, 30% into Ethereum, 60-40. Of the next 40%, I would pick 4 coins and put 5% into them. Well, that's 80% of your portfolio. You've then got 20% left. You could put 2% into 10 tokens. So if you've got $10,000, you could put $200 into meme coins and $200 into AI tokens and $200 into RWA tokens. You could do that. The upside is a lot greater than the upside on Bitcoin and Ethereum, yes, but the risk is also massively higher. I would go $500 into Bonk if I had $1,000. Well, that is great faith in Bonk. That's all I can say. So for me, sorry, getting back to the Trump thing, what I would say about Trump, I'm going to bring this up very quickly, just to show you the meme coin chart. Again, we can cover off Three things in this. Let's go through. I just want to show you something very quickly. I would carry out diversification. Right, so these are the top meme coins, and you want to make a return on meme coins. Let's say that's your premise. Now, Bonk is a meme coin, so we will look at the meme coin category. We haven't got a lot of time, but we'll go through it. Bonk, it has a $1.5 billion market cap. If it 10x'd from here, it would go to the market cap of SHIB, which is the 11th ranked coin. To get to Doge, it would 18x. Okay, so it would 18x to get to Doge. And that would make it the #1 meme coin in the world. Do you think that's going to happen? Probably not. Do you think that Bonk in this bull run could 10x? Possibly. It's got a very big market cap. Now, let's look a little bit further down, and this is what I was saying before. You either go for it based on numbers, or you go for it based on hype. Look at MAGA. It's ranked 250. It's got a $252 million market cap. Donald Trump, according to the polls, is going to win the next election. They are going to ride the coattails of Donald Trump. So will that coin be... Will I be reading an article about Trump in 6 months' time saying this coin has gone up 500% in the last 6 months on the coattails of Donald Trump? Does that sound conceivable? Because I think it does. So that would give it a $1.25 billion market cap, which puts it just below Bonk. Is that more likely to happen than Bonk going to 6 billion? I think so. So if you're chasing gains, then you want to chase gains in coins that have huge upside potential. For me, Bonk, Floki, Dog with Hat, Pepe, Shiba and Doge don't have huge upside potential. Shiba in the last bull run I think got to 36 billion. That's not even a 3x from where we are. Doge, where is Doge? Doge is at $21.7 billion. Let's just remember, it's a meme coin that doesn't do anything, and it has a value of $21.7 billion. Let's just have a reality check here. Compare Doge to existing businesses. Is Doge, that doesn't do anything, doesn't offer any value, doesn't have any utility, does it really have a value of 21.7 billion? No, it doesn't. So we've got to be realistic. Dog with Hat got to $5.2 billion. Is it a $5.2 billion project? Absolutely not. So Bonk, with some hype, could 2 or 3x, yes. But MAGA could easily 10x. And again, I don't hold any. I'm not sponsored by MAGA. I'm just giving you an example. You want to look down this chain and try and find some coins that could potentially 10x. When is a good project on Solana? I've covered Slurf, Myro, these meme coins, but you need to also, this is why I'm talking about diversifying. Lots of people are talking about Brett as well. You want to look at a coin that's going to cap or top out at 2 billion or 3 billion, right? Now, in my videos, I always say a meme coin has to break 150 million to get into the top exchanges. You know, if you look down here, Snek is on some exchanges. Maneki, a $50 million market cap for Maneki is criminal. That should be a lot higher. So you can go pick out some meme coins that are in the 150 million, $200 million range and say to yourself, these could rip. Not saying they will. Tariq, good morning, welcome back. I do remember Gecko Meme on Solana. It's about to launch its own exchange. It's decentralized exchange, should I say. So you've got to be careful, and you can't go all in on one meme coin. You have to spread your risk. And that's the thing that, like I said, if I had $1 million, I would put $500 on Bonk. Yes. If I had $1,000, I wouldn't put $500 on Bonk. I would be putting $50 on Bonk. So you've got to be careful what you do with it. And I would pick, again, any category, AI, pick 5 or 6 tokens in AI that you want to hold, not just one. Real world assets, pick 5 or 6 tokens, not just one, because that one could have a fallout. People could leave the project. It could lose funding. There's loads of reasons why coins don't work. So you have to spread your risk, and there's a balance between owning 500 tokens and owning one. And somewhere in the middle, you need to meet. I hold, I don't know, 10, 15 tokens, if that. It's all relative, Peter. If you've only got $1,000, then $50 into Bonk is 5% of your portfolio. And you've got different targets. You might want to turn your $1,000 into $10,000. If you want to put $20,000 and expect to make $300,000, that's again, it's a different amount. You've got to scale it up. You want to be taking 1 or 2% of your portfolio to put into the higher risk coins. So I would be very, very careful about going all in on certain things, because they will fail. And also, there's different time horizons for different projects. With certain meme coins, you don't want to buy that meme coin and then hold it for the next 3 years. Certain meme coins you want to buy, wait for it to rip up and sell. And that could take a day, a week, a month. Don't hold a meme coin super long. What I was saying to Kabir before with Moneki is, the next Solana pump, the first thing that will rip with Solana will be the meme coins. When they rip and go up, they will do 200%, 300% in a very short space of time. That's when you sell, and then you wait for the dip. And if you like the meme coin, you buy more. Anyway, it's 12 minutes past 12. I am going to have to go. That was a bit of an elongated end to the show. Thank you, everybody. I am back tomorrow with the Oracle. So I will see you all tomorrow morning. We are live in the studio tomorrow. And when we are live in the studio, I will be joined by the Oracle, who will give you the full breakdown of lots of coins. And I hope to see you then. If not, if I don't see you, if you're away, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday morning. Peter, don't worry about it. The longer you're in crypto, the more that you will understand. Only you. I'll try and send you an email over the weekend with a breakdown. And Tariq, everybody else in chat, see you all tomorrow, hopefully. And until then, you can have a little bit of music for a couple of minutes, and then I will be off. And Kabir, I will check out Trump, yes.